Okay, guys, we're back with episode 6 of This Week in 3 Gun. This is the High Desert Shoot up in Parma, Idaho. So this stage we're going to talk about right now, this was our first stage, but it was technically number 10. So there is 10 stages in this 3-day event. So let's jump in. There is a giant spinner up on the hill that I'm going to have to engage and spin over. You don't get it to spin over, that's a 60-second penalty. What the cameraman is not showing you is that spinner up on the hill. The sun is just cresting over the hill, and you can really not even see the top plate. So, yeah, no excuses, but that's what's going on right now, and all of us shooting at that, that's what we experienced. So, spinner to the right. When you're done shooting at that spinner, on the upper left corner you can see some steel, some white steel up there. You got to engage a couple of plates down there, 2 hits on each. When you're done with that, there's going to be some paper to your right, 2 hits on those, or 1 in the A zone. There's 7 of those. So I got the spinner to go over. Now I'm engaging those plates to the left. I actually forget that there's another one, and you can hear them yelling at me to, "Hey idiot, there's another one over there." So I gotta turn my scope back up and take care of that guy right there. Now I'm on to the paper targets. There's 1, 2. Where are they at? Where are they at? There's 3. 4, 5. Trust me, there's 7 of them there, guys. So if you notice, the odd thing about this one is I've got a giant backpack with my shotgun in it. This was not just what I do for fun. This stage was put on by Eberly. They are a bag manufacturer, but part of this course was we had to carry our shotgun in one of their bags. So you can see I finished with the rifle, engaging some another spinner with my pistol. Same thing, if you don't spin it, it's 60 seconds. There's a couple knockdowns throughout the course here. There was 1 static up there at the top. Don't remember how far away it was. Up here close, there's some knockovers. You have to, obviously knock them over with your pistol. When you're done with that, you have to take that giant backpack off and pull your shotgun out. Now, there is no round in the chamber on that shotgun. Safety first, kids. So now I dump my pistol and I throw this giant bag off. Throw that down and pull out my giant shotgun. It's about as tall as I am. You can see I just start going down on these shotgun knockovers. There's a little box on the ground. You have to shoot this knockover that will activate that clay pigeon thrower. There she goes, and got her. So now on the move, I'm doing some quad loading there. Now up through this valley, there is knockovers the whole way through. What you'll see at the end of this course is I didn't bring enough shot shells to finish it. I think I'm too short. So up top there's some knockovers. Those white pieces with X on there, those are no shoots. There's some clay pigeon throwers behind there. They're called toasters. They throw them right up in the air. So I actually ran out and left 2. You can see there's 1 to the left and 1 to the right. Pieces of steel I didn't knock over because I ran out of birdshot. But I do have to shoot 2 steel up there with slugs. So you can hear my friends yelling at me that I'm an idiot, and I'm completely missing those. So I have to adjust, and I get that 2 hits on it here to the left there. 1, 2, and same thing. Ran out, but I did engage that still, so that was a good call, but completely out of ammo.
27371.
So like I always do, I like to show you guys a different perspective. So this is my friend Norm. He's a little smarter than I am, so let's see how he does this differently. You can see there was a paper to his right. He engaged that one first, got that out of the way. That was a smart move. So now he's engaging that same spinner up on the hill. This perspective here, you can actually see a little better. You can see the misses with the hitting the dirt. You can see it throwing up a little cloud of dirt back there. So that's, I think it was 150 yards out.
Over!
So he got that. Now he's on to those plates on the left there. I think they're the same, 125, 150-ish, something like that.
Ooh. On the right.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
So now he's moving on, and what he does that
On the right,
I
on the
like
right.
is
You got paper,
he
Norm.
finds a common spot here where he can see 5 of those 7 papers. So he gets all 6 here. You got 5, and then that first one he shot at, so there's 6. And then he gets up here just before the dump box, and he can see paper target number 7. So he's done with the rifle. Now he's on to his pistol.
There's a magazine here.
Same thing, you got to get that spinner to go over the heart and stars.
Over!
Come on.
So getting those knockovers, and then that single static out there at distance with his pistol.
Come on.
5.
Oh, ran out of ammo there, Norm. Norm is shooting a 2011. It's one of the preferred pistols of champions.
Hit 2.
So off Norm goes now.
1.
And scout out the rest of those knockovers.
You got 3 on the right here.
Where are they at?
Got
Oh,
one.
shoot, there's one right there. Now we can see a couple there. They're strategically hidden behind some bushes there.
You got,
Yep.
So Norm's
shit, I
still
forgot
looking
that one,
for
didn't
them. He's got a couple. I forget how many's out there, but you guys can count just as well as I can. So all those white knockovers are for pistol, and the rest of the gray ones are for shotgun. So same thing. He's got a big old shotgun and a big old bag. This is going to be a fun one. A lot of guys these days like these Rock Island shotguns, these semi-autos, but we'll see how this runs. Oh,
Run, Tommy, run.
already had one misfeed on there.
Oh.
Got that. So off Norm goes to the races. Gets up there and dumps that drum mag and switches over here. Whoop, whoop.
What's my time, boss?
You're at 214.
Some knockovers. I have a lot of stick mags here for this gun, because not only does he have these pigeons and knockovers for birdshot, remember he's got some slugs down there he's got to shoot, so
You got it.
Norm's either got to strategically place some slugs in that mag or carry a whole other mag with some slugs in there, but here he goes with some slugs.
1.
1-2. Good shooting there.
High.
High again.
Nope,
Having a
nope.
little bit of feeding issue on that. Get that in there.
Come on, get in there. I see the other one.
Buddy. There we go.
That was
there
it.
we go.
Hit 1. Is that it?
I don't have another slug.
Okay. 29364.
29364. So
Okay, so this stage I'm shooting off of a rooftop.
still unsafe.
There's some targets out there to your left.
Yes, sir. On target.
Remember how
Safety
far
off.
they
Finger on
are.
trigger.
I'm
Ready
just
to
gonna
shoot.
guess there's a couple at 200 and actually I think there was
Who's
one
ready?
at 200 and
Stand by.
240.
Hit.
It's just
2.
telling me here I can actually be on target with finger on the trigger, so
Hit 2.
so after you shoot these here, right in front of you there is some paper.
Paper. Paper.
So you engage all these paper up there. Then you have to jump off of that rooftop, and there's to your right there's a little know your limits. So that is a
Watch your
target
muzzle.
that has different sizes of targets, but they go from large
Foot, no, right
and they
foot,
descend
left
down
foot,
to
there you go.
smaller sizes.
1, 2.
So ran out. No, I actually had a jam there, so I put that mag back in. Engage that know your limit, and then there's a bench to your right
Rack it out.
that I get
Okay,
on,
bonus.
and there is some bonus
Kick
targets
its ass,
down there.
Travis.
It's another
Top,
one of those
bottom.
spinners.
Top, bottom.
So you don't have to spin it, but each hit is 10 seconds. It's over, I think it's 300 yards. So each hit is 10 seconds. I get it 4 times. You can get up to 5. After the 4th, I just gave up and moved on.
3.
A lot of people didn't even try for the bonus.
4 bonus.
Okay, so then you get in the box here, and there's a slug target right there to my left, right behind that blue bucket barrel. Get the Texas Star, a bunch of knockovers, a pigeon, smooth reloads right here.
Don't forget the one
So
to
I
your
loaded
far
up the
left
map
through the
saver and
port.
did some
Far left through the
quad
port.
loads there.
There you go.
Engage some more knockovers through the barrel, through the port here. Sorry.
Ran out, huh?
No, just didn't.
Kind of
Oh.
loading up that shotgun pretty good, but right here,
Can
I
I be out
forgot
here,
that
boss?
there's another slug target down to my right.
Slugs!
So these guys are yelling at me, saying, "Hey, idiot! You forgot the other target down there." So I throw one slug round in, and then I'm like, "Oh, better throw another one in there," but I chuck it right on the ground. So I gotta grab another one. So there's my 2. So now I'm off to the pistol. There's another pistol spinner right in front of you. You can see behind all that netting, there's a spinner, and right below the big target, there's a red square. That's a no hit. So if you hit that, that's a penalty. Let's see if I hit that or not. I don't remember.
No shoot.
Yep. So that was a penalty, but I do get that over because all spinners are 60-second penalties if you don't get it. So then you just kind of run around. If I remember right, this stage was put on by Aero Precision. And these dang 170 millimeter
Come to the window.
mags give me
Come to
problems.
the
So I'm about ready
window.
to get rid of them and switch over to some shorter ones.
Is that it?
That's it. Now you're done.
Christ.
23513.
And we're
23513.
That timer up there, would you? Thank you.
Now this was a fun stage, I just wish I performed better at it. So the first part of this is pretty shotgun heavy, so you can kind of see there's a vast array of targets in front of me. First target is that knockover, which activates the pigeon thrower. I don't know if you guys can hear, just listen to my shotgun a little bit. I'll be quiet for a second here. Several times it doesn't actually load a shell.
Slugs.
I've
Don't go
not
too
had that
far,
happen
Travis.
before.
Can't
I
get
don't
your
know if you guys
slugs.
heard it or not, but so there's a slug target down there. Don't remember how far. It was actually pretty far. 50, 60 yards maybe, 75, can't remember. It's way down there by a blue bucket. See, right there again, didn't load up, but all these right in front of me are some more knockovers. Just shaking my head here. How poorly I'm
Slugs.
doing. Another slug target that I completely missed. Now you have to shoot off of that white spot on the rock. You have to be on or in that area. So now I'm not even gonna pretend like I remember all the stuff that is down there, but I believe there's a little skinny auto poppers down there at 200, 300, and 400 yards, if I remember right. Kind of going down the road to my right, and then the first berm in front of me, I think, is 150-ish yards. There was 4 little skinny auto poppers. I think they're 4 inches wide. Now, I kind of start noticing I'm having some issues with my rifle here. I just wasn't shooting it as good as I thought I was with it. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Yeah, there was a bunch of targets out there. I can't remember if there was a bonus out there on this one or not. I believe there was one
Sammy's or
way,
KYL?
way out there on the hill. But I didn't even attempt to shoot at it if there was one. I'm just shooting away at stuff out there. Not hitting things like I should. So what, after this I ended up noticing that my scope mount,
Clear it.
it's got some quick
Run for it.
levers on there. The one in the front was actually coming loose, and it's going to come back to really bite me tomorrow. I'll show you that later. See that dang mag again. I just chucked it on the ground, said enough with this thing. Same thing, pistol spinner, 60-second penalty if you don't spin it, and they do have a penalty target right underneath there. And I didn't get it. Nice. There's some paper you gotta hit. You don't shoot the white ones, you shoot the paper behind it, the cardboard colored one. Ran out of ammo there. Plate rack. Nice. And we're done. Cool. Cool beans, man. Okay, this one you're shooting out of this dump truck. And there is 2 targets to the left and a spinner to the right. So this is when things went horribly wrong for me. This is when I noticed that that throw lever I was saying earlier was completely loose. Not only loose, but it was completely disengaged. I could not hit that spinner for nothing. And that spinner was only, I think, 150 yards. For my rifle setup, it should have been easy peasy, but I just could not hit nothing. I did notice he's not really showing it here, showing me shoot anyway, but I did notice as I'm shooting, when I stood up, I saw that that throw lever was disconnected, and I snapped it back down to lock it into place, but it just didn't return back to zero. So since my camera guy here kind of let me down, not showing anything worth anything, we'll just sit here and wait for me to show up. You can see my shotgun there at the bottom left. Got to shoot all that steel down there out to distance with your rifle, and then run down here and grab your shotgun. Got some slug targets you got to engage. So we'll just patiently wait for me to finish messing up. Come on, buddy. Any day. Okay, now you decide you're done.
Slug! Slug!
Here we go, here we go. Slugs. There was a lot of slugs at this match. It was kind of cool, but I think we did shoot about 40 slugs throughout the whole thing. So. And he is coaching me here, because I was pretty flustered after realizing my scope was all jacked up. This stage right here really is the one that cost me. This was the worst stage I had. I think I had like 400 and something seconds on this stage, with a bunch of penalties because I did not get that spinner to spin over, and remember they're 60-second penalties.
You gotta hit it! You gotta knock it off of that!
This should have been a fun stage too, but I had enough of it. So if you can see that 4-target array in front of us there, that was a pretty cool one. We'll see what that's like here in a second, but
Right here, you got one down the wall, down the wall!
Go to your pistol now.
Paper.
So you got the paper to the right.
No, right here, KYO.
And then that one right there, if you see, the red is a no-shoot. So there's white knockovers behind that. Every time you shoot the red, that is a penalty. Should be a 5-second penalty every time you hit one. Another spinner, 60 seconds if you do not spin it, with a penalty red knockover behind it. And then if you can see that spinner, there's actually holes cut out in the center, so you have to basically hit everywhere but the center to get that to spin over. So if you guys notice all the rain on the ground, we had some crazy weather during this shoot. Day 1, beautiful. Day 2 and 3, wet, wet, wet. In fact, day 2 in the morning, they had to bring out some backhoes and tractors and dig trenches to drain out some of these stages because they were just plumb full of water. But yeah, I'd say this was the worst stage I shot.
You're finished, unload, clear,
Yeah,
hammer down
so give up,
holster.
buddy.
Shotgun clear.
So this one, my camera guy didn't actually record anything but this cool shot right here. Those are slugs at 75 yards. That little one was a bonus.
Going.
This one here was a pretty cool stage.
All right, sure ready.
This
Stand
one here
by.
was completely flooded out. You can see all the moisture there, but look at all those. Oh, machine gun time like a pistol. change.
Really?
So this is Norm shooting again. So you shoot all those, you jump out. They didn't even go down there to check that paper. They just said shoot at them. No one wanted to walk through all that water to
All right,
go
I got a
tape 'em.
squid.
Finish up with your pistol. Run over here. You shoot out of that car. It looks like Norm's going for his shotgun right now. Slug target.
Oh shit, I missed that.
Slug target. And you got some plate racks on your left and right, and you can see that they also have some penalty red targets in front that you don't shoot. He shot one there.
One more on the plate rack.
Just gotta move.
Got that spinner going.
That spinner.
Pigeon. Pigeon. Got that one. Another plate rack with 2 penalties in front of it.
Who's got muds on? You're heading into the mud.
Got that. Now he's going into the car. Oh, sorry. He's actually... Yeah, he's got some paper to the left. Forgot about that. Now Norm gets in the car. Two hits on static. 2 hits on static.
1, 2.
Hard to see. There's also some little skinny auto poppers out there. There's 4 static and I believe 4 4-inch auto poppers. So I shot this with the GoPro on, so I'm going to show you me shooting this with the GoPro.
2. If you're done, then let's show clear.
15590.
15590. Flat on the
Alright,
roof.
so this was one of the funnest stages.
All right, here we
Wish I
go.
would've shot it better.
Get ready.
Here we go.
Stand by.
So hands on the roof, pistol on your right on a bucket, mag on the left, and you engage all of these knockovers. I think I only missed 3 times out of all of those, but and I actually went before Norm, so I did not know that you just had to basically just shoot at those. Finish that, run over here. This is where you need to pay attention. It bites you in the butt. So I got this plate rack. And remember, there is a second plate rack. I forgot about that second plate rack. I get that spinner going. Start shooting some other stuff while that's kind of rocking and rolling. Got it over. Got the pigeon. Now there's a slug target to the left and to the right. And this is where I kind of goofed up and forgot about the plate rack. So slug 1. And I had a shell get stuck. God damn it! In the ejection port, so I had to do some manipulating there to get it cleared out.
Got a whole nother plate rack here.
Oh, son of a bitch! So, dry shotgun, I gotta load her all up again. And shoot this one on the left, which I should have done before I went to the slug targets. Looks like I did get a couple penalties there with those red knockovers. Paper targets to the left there. I'm actually shooting my kid's AR that I brought with me because issues with my scope on the previous videos. 4 static down there and the 4 4-inch auto poppers.
If you're done to unload, show clear.
4839.
148.39.
God damn. So this stage, I didn't actually get any footage of myself shooting. So here's ammo. And you see all that water down there. There was some knockovers, but in place of those knockovers, because of all the water, they put those auto poppers. So no one had to go reset anything. So you can see all the steel in front of her she has to shoot at with her shotgun.
Yeah, come back over here. Get that
Two
bumper.
pigeon throwers right there. There's a second one.
Slugs or not?
Couple more knockovers, and then to the left bay right there is right there. Slug. Through that diagonal port, there's 4 knockovers. Oh, sorry, there was 5. Right to her right, there is 1 more slug target. And she did not get that one. That's okay, it's alright.
Wait a minute. Back up.
Dump that, and then so this one, I hate when you have this thing a rifle, just so awkward. You see that actually caught and knocked her magazine out.
Our family, me and my
Track
dad
it.
do not like it. My mom knows she would not.
So some little tiny paper targets.
Up. Paper. Hard left, left.
Hard left. There's some static steel down there.
Go. One. Go.
Paper on your right. Nope. Yes, you got it. That paper right there.
One. Top. One more paper. Don't pass it. To the right.
Down
of the
there,
wall.
down there. Straight.
Right here.
Little ones, end of the bay.
At these matches, sometimes it's not allowed, but this one it was, coaching.
Up, and
You could
stop.
get coaching from people on your squad or the RO. So it's actually nice when the RO is kind of giving you some suggestions like he is right now. Like, hey, see that one down there? Shoot at it.
Okay.
Unsling that
Handgun, lead
rifle
out.
and then go over your pistol. And all the big cardboard, that's a pistol. The whites in front of it are a no-shoot, which is a penalty if you get it. Here's a Polish plate rack. That target right there is called the Tombstone. And another spinner with a penalty knockover target at the bottom. Right in the puddle of water. Come on, get her to go. And it's over.
213.85.
213.85.
Okay, this was day 3, first stage of the day, and my buddy and I stayed late last night and thought we got my scope mount all taken care of, but right away, right back to having that throw lever come unhinged, and I'm literally 2-3 feet off.
Low.
You got a spinner down there, which remember 60-second penalty. I'm just figuring out where it's hitting and just kind of aiming in that general area. I do happen to get that spinner to spin over, but there's also some static steel down there, and I just gave up on them. I hit a couple, but yeah, I got a bunch of penalties on this stage too. This was another one that just ruined me. We are standing on some logs while we're shooting with rifle, pistol, and shotgun. If you can manage to stay on those logs while you're shooting, it's a 10-second bonus per log. Ran out of ammo because I shot so much trying to get that spin
out.
over.
Watch your muzzle.
So there's 2 slugs down there. You see the S's on the paper. Shoot them. You stay on the log. That's 10-second bonus.
Where that muzzle go around the corner? Downrange.
Come down here and you stay on the logs. As you have to get on there and walk down and shoot. If you stay on, 10-second bonus. So I didn't actually start shooting yet. So now it starts. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna fall off here.
Spinner and plate rack. 2 KDs under the plate rack.
And you can see how wet it is, so those logs are nice muddy and slippery. Got the plate rack.
Spinner. You already
Oh,
fell off.
nope.
Just go up there.
No bonus for you. That spinner over. 60-second penalty if you do not.
You hadn't fired a shot yet.
Gotcha. Over!
I
Watch your muzzle.
ran out of ammo, so if that didn't spin over, I would have been done for anyway, so. Stay on the log, you get 10 seconds extra.
One.
And I do stay on the log for this one, so I did get a 10-second bonus for that. But those ones down there are really frustrating me. Just kind of wobbling around on that log. And there's a common theme here. Spinners. Heavy on the spinners with those red penalty knockovers underneath every single one of them.
Come.
And look at that crazy lean back. Looks like I've never shot a pistol before.
Low. Time.
Clear, slide forward, pull the trigger, and holster.
So this is going to be our last stage. We're actually missing 2 stages. Looks like my camera guy didn't record me. So
Paper on your right.
this was the last day. This was called the trenches, and they had to work really hard to get the water drained out of this. They didn't even know if people were going to be able to shoot this one.
Fucking gun. Oh yeah.
So say we're missing 2 stages, so I got you 8 of the 10. I'm just going to let you guys watch Amber finish out this stage and enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys.
Leave your.
Everything's out of order. They might not even be coming here.
There's a schedule.
Yeah, we were never scheduled for this.
Oh.
KYL. Paper to your hard left.
Static, static, static.
Paper out the door. Papers, papers. Paper through the port. Static downrange. Slug. Slug.
Center one. Pigeon. Pigeon.
Just need one. 3 bullets.
Through the port.
Finish on the show clear. Clear.
19315.